Так, ну что, продолжаю. Немножко улучшил репутацию, сделал квестик. Скорее всего, вот это мне придется в последний момент делать этот квест, так как я хочу. Так, я тут не обязательно сделал. Я принес посылку. Хорошо. Сохраняемся. Можно там с черного входа зайти, но у меня нет удостоверения. Я тебе посылку принес.
You're not one of my guards.
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the Minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
Minister Clark, what a remarkable honor it is to meet you.
If this is about another aether wave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself. Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in? Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then? Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
He's attempting to game the system, but he won't be able to get away with it forever. Eventually, Rockwell's house of cards will topple.
I dearly hope so. And you might be part of the equation. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look
У
for
меня и так
details in his
репутация не
office.
очень.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
Captain, we must investigate Rockwell.
Indeed, it cannot. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible salvation of Halcyon. Is this not exhilarating? Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time. Via the Acropolis district, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater? The man has too much money and too little sense. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
Проблема в том, что я потом оттуда выйду или нет? Потому что это основной сюжетный квест. Если у меня репутация упадет, мне придется уничтожить весь город.
Why indeed? I know so little about you, much less your motivations. But I'm afraid I don't have many options, confined as I am. Besides, I've nothing to lose. If you're looking into Rockwell, I can only hope you're also looking out for Halcyon. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
Putting your faith in the inherent goodness of mankind?
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis
Ну,
district.
попробуем. Я, конечно, очень не уверен, что... Я как бы в курсе, где, про какие он каналы говорит. Я там был. Не сюда? Или мне туда? Не. Это вот как раз вот черный ход. Так. Угу. Так, каналы пошли. Далекая земля. Так. Технически в Акрополе. Так. Ой, это тут что? Это бар. Угу. Тут этот квест был со шпрысой. Там, блин, теперь вот только вот найти, где он. Канал этот. Вот. Были автоматоны. Большая шпрыса. И заперта дверь. Так, подожди-ка. Ага. Угу. А, я бы так, типа, не про... Вот это, короче, вот эта вот зона, ну, типа, запретная. О.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
И что ты хочешь? Мы все тут, как в масле. А, тут пофигу, да?
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Альциону Holdings Corporation Board.
И...
Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals. If you'd like to make an appointment, please request an application form. If you'd like to request an application form, please make an appointment.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for... Huh. I didn't realize we were... I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry... Well... Just know there are a bunch of...
Так, мы можем пройти? Можем, все. Я воровать ничего не буду. Наверное. А может, буду. Кабинет председателя, блин. Это что? Я там туда смогу пройти? Это Кларка, да, я думаю, я так понимаю.
Great work.
Вы зайдите, пожалуйста. А? А, это типа бара. Бар-столовая. Я думал, что-то нужно. Хотя, может быть, это может быть этот будет. Удостоверение. Ладно. А вот еще. Им пофигу, да, когда я взламываю? Угу, это кабинет. Что такое? Что такое? А, да, да.
I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's former office. I suppose that...
А, да спасибо. Спасибо. Он дырку сделал в кабинете. Типа расширил. Так. Распечатать министерскую карту. Голод. Так.
Good afternoon.
Блин.
I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Забавно. В смысле? А то, что я отправил, у меня ухудшилось? Да ты гонишь. Да, массажистка. Насколько сильно ухудшилось? Я вообще выйду отсюда? Пока еще нейтрально. Хорошо, что тут немножко этот поднял. Так. Угу. Что тебя тревожит? Так, а мне надо ли возвращаться к министру Кларку? А? By now. То есть его действие вот, получается на ухудшение. 6%. И по мне начнут стрелять. Так. А не будет у меня за клерки? Давай. Все зашли, все зашли.
Who's been hounding the clerks?
У меня, правда, взлом не качанный. Так. Не понимаю. Ну сожрал он твой обед. И чё? Конфликт с Теодором. У Каролине с Теодором. А что мне это дает? Я их натравить могу или как? Так. Вот это вопрос, где мне взять бейджик. Угу. А, я наверх могу, да? Все. Туалет. Мне нужен доступ в ограниченной области.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him
Угу.
Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle of something. I knew it. He's eating your lunch too, isn't he? That greedy little cysty pig. This is great. I finally have someone else to complain to.
Do these people got nothing else to occupy their time?
You'll get your turn. Right now, we're talking about Theodore. Oh, that's no problem. I can get you into the lab. In fact, let's go there now. Theodore's out right now, but we should be ready when he gets back. That way, everyone can see you chew him out. This is going to be so good.
Я немножко не понял, она мне доступ дала или что?
hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And he's on his own if he runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Holt.
Угу. Это в смысле типа стелс, что ли? Вон охрана сразу. Что мне делать? Зашли все. Все зашли. Вот сюда вот встали. Ништяк. И я получил вот это. Это глюк. Я думаю, что там мигает. Так. Я так понимаю, скорее всего, мне надо вниз. Я не понимаю, и чего, и куда.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different.
All in tanks to help test the next batch of samples.
Блин. А куда идти-то, фиг его знает.
What a pleasant surprise. Thanks to you, Reginald, Philippa. But what are you doing here? On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires... I really shouldn't be doing this. But you did help me out. Take this key. If you're seen by any of the guards, however.
Good. Хорошо, что я ему помог с квестом.
Keep your shoulders up.
Не хватит. Что делать? Подожди, тут ни хрена нету, что ли? Тебе как выйти отсюда? Жесть. Че, норм? Хорошо. Короче, можно было 100% забрать, но я забрал 26%. Ну, скорее всего, может быть, этого не хватит.
If you don't mind, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Так, ну, я так понимаю, теперь у меня... Не, я его выдавать не буду, пошли все, не нахрен. Че, у меня коллеги? Нет? Ладно. Так, что ты там говорила с этим? Подожди, тогда давай не будем улетать. Сохранимся на корабле. С министром Кларком тогда поговорить. Так, подожди, он здесь, да? Значит, сюда. Откуда они знают, что я знаю, где находится Инес? Так, я тут могу пройти? Хорошо. У меня есть от черного входа ключ.
What a pleasure. I haven't had this much company in quite some time. Excellent. Once the Earth Directorate learns of our plight here, they'll... You are a bold one indeed. Unfortunately, the Earth Directorate is
Unfortunately.
Believe me, I wish I could offer a more concrete plan. Haven't you heard? Chairman Rockwell and I are on a goodwill tour. Except for the bit about my suddenly... Probably because I've no interest in being his puppet. My predecessor was content to serve as Rockwell's lapdog. When he saw I meant to oppose him, he made sure I'd have little opportunity to. Aside from battalions of UDL security forces, besides, remaining... It's quite all right. How delightful. What is it? The latest issue of Why, when I'm not...
Look on the bright side, Mr. Clark. When folks come looking for those reports...
I only hope someone comes looking... That's what I tell myself. Halcyon is headed for a collapse.
I'm inclined, sir. Just point me towards the busted. I'll fix it. I can fix it.
A fine thought, but I'm afraid you underestimate how deep these problems run. Are you... Also, they're a surprising... The board's most pressing grievances tend to feature heavily as the problem of the week.
Ну, хорошо. Главное, я поговорил. Так, что тут у нас? Я думаю, после финиса, если все нормально, могу это тут пойти прохождение DLC, зелененькое, и потом вырезать нахрен всех. А я не хочу. А, еще личные квесты спутников, блин. 3. Да, да, да. Я думаю, по-любому будет. Ну, он сейчас скажет, что то, что не хватает, и надо это. Где-то еще добыть.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now... All I need now is that... Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system micro-jumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems.
Коллеги ухудшены. Ну, короче, можно идти убивать там всех.
Engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon.
Я так понимаю...
Would have us believe Halcyon is beyond safety. I choose to believe
А, ну я не смогу, наверное, сейчас...
the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Я не смогу сейчас там появляться, да? А, нейтрально. Еще нейтрально. Хорош. Так. Тогда можно... Так. Тебе надо квест пройти?
Where are we headed? That's all. She was in another... Well, how... It's...
Угу.
If I still believed in the grand... Knowing you, I can only assume you have already... Yes, you're a... anything...
Так, ладно. Получается, здесь что? Угу, надежда. Коллеги почти у меня хреново. 2% остался. Но я думаю, мы... Пойдем сначала. DLC, наверное, пойдем. Там тоже, наверное, 30. Блин, а сколько там? А, посмотрим.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money. Was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple of cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina
Ну, поехали.
She
She might even be open to giving us hazard pay on account of the severed arm.
Danger?
Слушайте, я вас вообще не спрашивал.
Count me in.
Okay.
This sounds even more questionable than most of.
So,
Lucky Montoya had a statistic.
oh, really?
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in this. I have transferred the.
Can we talk?
Я в любом случае полетел бы. Поехали вы со мной бы или нет?
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again.
Отвалите. Так,
My diagnosis.
что мне надо? Да-да-да-да-да-да. Поместье Оброс находится на дальнем астероиде. Я так понимаю, вот сюда, да? Полетели, все. Вот это поместье, скорее всего, а это... Это хрен знает что. Так, надо пойти посмотреть хотя бы, как он. Большой, небольшой. Предыдущий Эридан мне занял примерно 8 часов. И то я там некоторые, я так понимаю, побочки пропустил. Угу. Смотрим. А, ну это чисто поместье.
Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Well, we're not known for going where we're told, but we'll see what we can do.
Он не туда идет.
Oh no. We should check to see he's all right.
I've never seen a more effective argument against blindly following a preordained plan.
As it was before the fall.
Ну и что мне с ним сделать? Я могу добить его, обутать. Подмести сад, смазать рыбу, повторить. О. Типа подсобки, что ли? Так, пробивается нормально. Вот это тайничок. По крайней мере, мелкие. Что далее? 1100. 700 есть. Тоже не очень. Да, ну да, это вот как раз астероидик вот этот маленький, который был. Тут, значит, поместье. Что такое? Железные рыбы? Забавно. Сад камней. Млечный путь. Ладно, продолжу в следующий раз. Как-то так.